Hello everybody, Zach here. And wow, it's been a while since I've made a proper video. But this one will be the start of doing it somewhat regularly again. I'm starting a new series. It's called The Grid. And ideally we'll have 1 to 2 videos per week on VR. News, reviews, gameplay, what have you. I get it. It's not the gameplay that you typically saw from me before, but I want to break out into something new and something that scratches that creative itch. So, why am I doing this? Well, the short answer is it interests me greatly. Long answer, I've been wanting to create, but not the typical content that you saw before. So, I get it if this isn't what you originally subscribed for, but bear with me as I think it will be fun for me and fun for you in different ways. I've been wanting to review games and different things in this arena, so I think this will be the perfect way to do it. So without further ado, here is The Grid. So let's start the first episode with the Oculus Quest, a headset that came out last year and one I feel is perfect for both beginners and those interested in and familiar with VR alike. The headset came out last year to somewhat mild fanfare. People quickly judged it due to its quote-unquote old processor, which is somewhat true. It is an older Snapdragon processor, but they didn't initially realize the full potential of the device. So you got cordless VR, self-contained VR, but a more full-fledged experience than what you got from the Oculus Go or headsets prior, self-contained, cardboard, and all that stuff. And for those two reasons that I listed in the beginning, cordless and self-contained, they're kind of the same thing, but the Oculus Quest shines through. Being about half the price retail compared to higher-end offerings, like the Valve Index, but it provides a very immersive and satisfying VR experience for half the price. So can it be recommended in 2020? Well, the short answer is yes, easily. It's grown a lot in that time. Its game library has increased a ton, with a lot of ports of PC VR experiences that are full-fledged, but also specifically in what's technically not included out of the box. SideQuest and Virtual Desktop are probably the two best things to happen to the Quest, and neither technically ship with the Oculus Quest. But that's what's great at the end of the day. It's a decent product out of the box, and with a little technical knowledge can be turned into a near traditional headset. With some caveats, of course. I'll get more into SideQuest and Virtual Desktop on a future episode, but right now, let's get a little bit more into that recommendation. I said it can be recommended, but let's look at your options, specifically right now. It's a difficult market. Supply and demand is all over the place, and there are a lot of people jacking up prices on eBay, Amazon, and other traditional retailers using their marketplace. Most VR headsets are marked up over 30% as of this video, and it doesn't look like that is going to change anytime soon, unfortunately. But let's say you've deemed the Quest as your best option. How to get your hands on one? Well, here's a few recommendations. My first go-to would be utilizing Now in Stock's website, configuring alerts, specifically on desktop, and crossing your fingers they will be stock soon. That being said, you should, if you want to get one sooner than later, check the site multiple times a day, regardless of alerts, and watch the comments as people will post when stock hits Oculus's website as well. This is probably your best bet at snagging a Quest at retail prices and not waiting a month for delivery. Your experience may vary though, depending on where you are located and when you place the order with any of these retailers. Second option would be, depending on how close to traditional retailers you are, and if you want to go out or call around, BrickSeek. Put in the Quest and search your local retail store's inventory. Most places will be out or sold out quickly, so don't necessarily expect to just pick one up immediately after searching the site. It will, however, give you an idea on potential inventory levels, and you can call around and potentially get one held for you. Your other options are retailers' websites like Amazon and more specifically Best Buy. Best Buy had a decent waterfall of inventory in the last couple of weeks, and I recommend them over Walmart since their website's inventory accuracy and shipping timeframes seem more realistic. Most people on Reddit were saying that they had shipped from Best Buy within a day or so, right like the Oculus store. Many people have complained that Walmart has yet to ship their order after a few weeks, and that's without an estimate on shipping timeframes either. Yikes. Okay, so that seems like a lot of work just to get a retail headset. And well, it is. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like this will change in the immediate future, and may very well continue like this for the next few months. Worst case, if you don't want to deal with any of this, hop on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and cross your fingers that somebody is selling it without too much markup. I wish you the best of luck. And well, that's it for the Quest. I hope to go more into detail about the Quest and accessories in upcoming videos. If you have any questions or need recommendations, hit me up on social media. In the meantime, you can also make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's @Houseknecht, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for coming along and watching the first episode of The Grid. But seriously, guys, thank you for checking out this first episode of The Grid. I know it's a little bit different from my old content, and I know that you may expect just gameplay, but I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to write a little bit. I'm trying to make it a little bit more produced, and I hope you enjoy that. If you do, please hit that like button. The dislike button is there too if you don't like the style, and I'm going to find a certain groove in all this too. I tend to go and ramble on a lot about stuff, and that's what I'm going to kind of do now because this isn't scripted at all. So I'm going to ramble. I tend to just go off and go into different like ups and downs, and that's me. And that's fun, and I will continue to do that, and gameplay will exist and all that kind of stuff will exist. But I want to make these kind of things that are a little bit more informational, a little bit more helpful. I feel like I kind of like research all this stuff, and even if I'm not interested in something, I go through and I research as much as I can about stuff that I might never ever buy, or I might never ever use, or I might never do anything more than the research that I did with it. So I want to bring more of that to people, and I feel like this is the perfect place to do so. So, like I said, this is The Grid. This is the first episode. I hope to do more episodes specifically about the Quest. I think it's truly, as I said in the beginning, kind of a perfect spot in the VR market right now. And like I said in this video, it's hard to get your hands on. So I wanted to try to help the community a little bit and people avoid scalpers at all costs. I get it. It is how the economy works. But I think there is a way for people to get these at retail, not wait as long for shipping, and not get screwed over at the end of the day, because that's what's happening when they buy through a scalper. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this first episode, and bear with me on the technical aspects. But I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks again.